The Lord showed me a vision of the rapture. I take this opportunity to share with the brethren. In this vision I was looking at the sky, and I saw as if the sky became closer to the earth, and I was wondering how come the sky be so close to the earth. In a split second I saw the sky opening because the rapture of the church was happening. When I looked at my right, I saw on my right hand a multitude of people. They were all gathered together in the air because the rapture had already happened. Many were taken to the sky in the air expecting to meet the Lord. When the sky was opened, I saw the light and glory of God that could be seen by the saints that were gathered from the four corners of the earth. I was in the air with them. They were dressed in pure white garment that shone. They had eyes lifted to the kingdom of heaven, beholding the light and magnificence of the celestial city of light prepared for them. But when I looked at my left I saw that the sun was blackened, and the earth was in darkness. Nevertheless, I saw a big church when I looked down, and in that church there were a huge number of people. This was actually a mega church filled with the crowds, and I saw a pastor in this church preaching with strength, and the crowds was listening to his preaching unaware of what had happened, and I was in shock to see the pastor shouting in the church, while the saints were already in the air about to join the Lamb banquet hall. Both the crowds and the preacher of this mega church did not know that the rapture had happened. People were shouting amen to the pastor who was screaming. They thought screaming was equal to the power of God. The whole church filled with people were left behind, including their leader. Then I saw a huge hall where there was a party, and people were celebrating. They did not know that the rapture had already happened. People were dancing, enjoying and making noises. I saw that they were dressed for the occasion with the latest fashion brand. There were numerous people in this hall, but they could not realize that the rapture of the church has happened. I was in the air watching in shock the whole things. Then I saw a lot of people walking in the street of the city as if nothing had happened. They could not realize that the rapture had happened and millions had gone up to the sky. Still the million that had made it in the rapture were small in comparison to those who were left behind. Thus in the aftermath of the rapture the pastor continued to preach in the mega church. The party continued in that hall and people were walking the street getting on their life. Brethren, I was sleeping today when I heard the sound of the trumpet. I could not believe that it was happening because I felt that I did not expect it. So I rose from the bed and said, is this a joke or what? But the trumpet kept sounding. I rushed out to see what was happening, and I saw that everything was calm in the city, but that the sound of the trumpet could be heard and it was intense. I said, is someone trying to scare me? Is this happening? No car was moving and the sky was normal, but the trumpet was sounding. I saw a man running in the street and shouting to people, the revolution has begun. He kept saying the revolution has begun on the earth, yet the earth was in total darkness. Beloved, what I saw behind this man were demon. So demon in the likeness of zombies were in the street. They were like living deads, and their flesh were falling from their body. Other had huge neck like a bull. They were going after the children of God that were left behind in order to hurt them. They were going from house to house to hurt those who were not protected. They were everywhere in all the street. Brethren, even the enemy know that he does not have time. He is trying to distract the believer in order to seduce a great number that will join him in the lake of fire. The Lord said, Joel, come out of your hiding and proclaim my return to the world and shout everywhere, for the rapture can happen any moment. When you are not ready you will remain. You must be preparing in order to be ready, for in heaven everything is ready. Brethren, let redeem the time, for the days are evil. Just look at the condition of the world and where we are heading. We don't have time. The Lord has already made a new earth and new heaven. He is coming to take those who are ready. At any moment the rapture can happen. The sign of the end times are before us. No more time for quarrel, division and pride. I am sent to proclaim the return of the Lord. The Lord said, Joel, I will ask every Christian, what have you done to save your family, neighbor, friend and colleague that I died and shed my blood for? What have you done to evangelize your family, neighbor and friends and colleagues?